My 34th birthday was meant to be a celebration, a simple night filled with friends, family, music, and laughter. I spent the entire week getting ready for the party at our house. My wife, Emily, insisted she would take care of the invitations, the music playlist, and the decorations. She said she wanted it to be a night I'd never forget. Looking back, she was right, just not in the way I imagined. The house glowed with warm lights. Guests arrived smiling, and for the first hour, everything felt perfect. I truly believed I was surrounded by love. Emily looked stunning in a dark blue dress that fit her perfectly, moving through the party like she owned the night. I loved seeing her happy. She laughed, talked, poured drinks, and made sure everyone was enjoying themselves. I felt proud to call her my wife. But there was one thing she hadn't told me. She had invited her ex-boyfriend Jason by accident. At least that's what she claimed. When I saw him walk in, confident and smiling like he belonged there, my stomach tightened. Still, I trusted Emily. She told me it was nothing, that they were just old friends. I should have listened to my instincts right then. As the music grew louder, someone suggested slow dancing. Couples filled the living room, laughing and swaying to the soft song. I was talking with two guests when I realized Emily wasn't beside me anymore. I scanned the room and froze. There she was in the middle of the dance floor dancing with Jason. Not just dancing, but holding him close. His hands rested on her waist, her arms loosely around his neck, her head tilted the way she used to look at me. My heart dropped so fast I thought I might pass out. It was my birthday, my home, my wife, and she chose him. I stood there numb as guests pretended not to notice. Some whispered, others looked away uncomfortably. I heard someone murmur, "Isn't that his wife?" Emily kept dancing, smiling as if I didn't exist. When the song ended, she didn't even come to me. She laughed at something Jason said, still holding his arm. That was the moment something inside me snapped. Not anger, but clarity. I didn't confront her. I didn't cause a scene. I didn't ask a single question. I walked down the hallway, grabbed my keys, and quietly left my own birthday party without saying a word. The cold night air hit my face, and strangely, it felt like relief. I drove without crying or screaming, just empty. The humiliation was too heavy to process all at once. I stopped near a quiet lake, sat on a bench, and stared at my reflection in the dark water. How did I become a man whose wife danced with her ex at his own party? For the first time in our marriage, I realized I didn't recognize Emily anymore. About 30 minutes later, my phone exploded with calls and messages. First from friends, then from Emily. I ignored them all until I got a text from my best friend, Mark. "Bro, you need to come back. Something just happened. You're going to want to hear this." My chest tightened. I didn't know what he meant, but I knew it wasn't what I expected. When I returned, the party was chaos. Guests were arguing. Emily was crying. Jason was gone. People stared at me with wide eyes. Mark pulled me aside and said after you left, Jason tried to kiss her in front of everyone. She slapped him so hard the music stopped. I stared at him. She what? She slapped him, he said. Then she started screaming that she never wanted him there. But it gets worse. Another guest had overheard Jason bragging earlier that Emily had been calling him for weeks, saying she was unhappy, hinting she might want him back. He claimed she invited him. When he tried to kiss her, he said loudly, "You said you missed me." And half the party heard it. That's when everything exploded. Emily collapsed into tears, insisting it wasn't true, begging people to believe her. But the damage was done. Everyone had seen her dance with him. Everyone had seen me leave. Now they saw her break down. When she finally came to me, mascara streaking down her face, she whispered, "Please don't leave." I didn't mean for any of this. I didn't shout. I didn't insult her. I asked one question. If I hadn't walked out, would you have stopped dancing with him? She froze. No answer, no excuse, not even a lie. That silence said everything. I walked past her and began gathering my things. She grabbed my arm, sobbing, apologizing, saying it was just a dance, that she never meant to hurt me. All I could remember was how her smile only faded after she saw me leaving. Not during the dance, not before, only when consequences arrived. I said calmly, "What you did tonight wasn't a mistake. It was a reveal." That broke her. She collapsed onto the couch, crying uncontrollably while guests stood awkwardly nearby. Some offered help. Some whispered that I deserved better. For the first time in years, I believed them. I didn't go home that night. I stayed with Mark. Emily called until 4 in the morning, leaving voicemails full of regret, excuses, and desperation. The truth was simple. She wanted attention, validation, and drama. And she got all three, just not the outcome she wanted. By morning, my decision was made. I needed space. I needed clarity and I needed respect, something she hadn't given me. Days later, Emily admitted she had fantasized about feeling young again and seeing Jason made her reckless. But recklessness at the cost of your partner's dignity isn't harmless. It's betrayal. Today, we're separated. And every year when my birthday comes around, I remember the night she chose to dance with her past. And I chose to walk toward my future.